So hi everyone, welcome to today's daily demo. With me today is Alexis, Creative Director at Eugen Systems. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
So what did you bring for us today?
Wargame, European Escalation, which is our new real-time strategy title. And this is a game that we've been dreaming of making since a really long time. It's sort of a tribute to old-fashioned war games where you had for each unit so many characteristics, a lot of elements in terms of combat system and stuff like this. And this is a kind of game that I used to love.
Okay, so what we're looking at is a real-time strategy game that has a lot of those sensibilities of the classic war games.
Yes, exactly, absolutely.
Okay, so Alexis, I think we have the game loaded up here. Why don't we take a look at it? Just tell us what we're looking at here.
So what we have here is when we are the closer to the ground, we feature a new version of the 3D engine that allows the player to zoom in and out very far away from the map. This new engine proposes new system of camera. For example, I'm going to have a look at just below my cursor directly. We have this kind of feature camera that allows the player, to be on the battlefield, zoom in, zoom out, have the feeling he is sort of the colonel, but he can also be very close to his unit. For example,
we've seen we've seen some of the tanks and the helicopters in play. They look terrific. We've seen that you can zoom in very close, but as we mentioned, this is going to be a game that very much has the sensibilities of a war game. So, I mean, aside from giving an individual tank orders or maybe babysitting this one company of helicopters, how are players going to be able to play the game like a commander? I mean, what are some of the features of the game that are really going to let players feel like they're not just fighting a battle, but rather fighting a war?
In fact, it will be, especially when during the campaign, you have to capture, which is not featured on this map. I'll show you another map where we have we have two levels in the game. We've got the strategic levels where your HQ has provided you some strategic sector that you need to control with your command unit. For example, in a map like this, you've got cities, you've got a realistic roadmap. Using the roadmap means that you go faster. You need also, some of the units are not able, to road off map, to drive off map. So you need for your supply trucks and all stuff like this to control the road web. And also the second level is the tactical level where you need, to benefit from any tactical plays. The best tactical plays are, for example, if you're in infantry, put your unit into the buildings. So, control the city. You will not be seen by the enemy. If you're tanks or other kind of unit like this, use the forest, the hedgerow to benefit from cover and things like this. So enemy unit will not be able to see you, while you will be able to shoot at them and things like this. So the defensive terrain provides sort of bonus like this. So these are the two levels that we are playing with.
So yeah,
the
game. Higher level strategy in terms of making sure that you control specific territories, deploying your units in smart areas, controlling the roads for transportation, and making sure that your troops have their supply lines, but also tactical stuff. It looks like there's a lot of terrain features here. There's forests, and you mentioned buildings that units can garrison in, so I imagine cover is going to be very important, probably high ground is going to be very important.
Absolutely. In a tactical game, the scenery, the level build is pretty important because they are a really good place to take, to control, to prevent the enemy from controlling it, and so on.
Alexis, thanks a lot for bringing the game by and showing it to us. For the folks at home, can you remind us when the game is coming out and for what platforms?
It's going to be only for PC, and it's going to be out mid of November, something like this.
Great. So thank you very much for joining us, Alexis.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks everybody at home for watching. This has been Wargame, your today's daily demo. Thanks.